Carl Hughes, 22, and his girlfriend, Rachel Barraclough, 18, had been in a relationship for 8 months. Every weekend, Rachel used to travel from her home in Bradford, West Yorkshire, where she lived with her parents, to stay with Carl, his mum, and his dad on the Eastmoor housing estate in Wakefield. Carl, who had been diagnosed as having learning difficulties as a child and also suffered from alcohol dependency and anger issues, had been drinking early one day when Rachel arrived at his parents' house. It wasn't long before they started arguing, and Carl suddenly told Rachel he was seeing another woman. She became upset, and not for the first time, he struck her with his hand before storming off. Distraught, Rachel returned to her family home and wrote in her diary, "If Carl left, I don't know if I'd ever get over him. I know I wouldn't. I would do anything for him, and I'd forgive anything he does. I love him." She didn't hear anything from him for several days. Then the phone rang, and she answered. It was Carl's dad, Stephen, ringing from a phone box at the bottom of his street. He told her that Carl wanted her to get the bus into Wakefield, and he would meet her at the bus station. Delighted, she agreed, and grabbing her coat, she headed out. As she stepped off the bus in Wakefield, she looked around for Carl but couldn't see him. Suddenly, she felt a tap on her shoulder. She whirled round, expecting to see Carl, but instead, she was face to face with Stephen. He told her that there had been a change of plan and Carl was going to meet her at the Super Bowl 10-pin bowling centre on the outskirts of town, and he had asked Stephen to walk there with her. Rachel was so eager to see Carl that she didn't think to ask why they were walking instead of taking the bus as they made their way through the town centre and on towards the bowling alley. As they crossed the Chantry Bridge over the River Calder, they took a detour along the canal towpath and onto a secluded area. It was here that the murder took place. Rachel's mutilated body was discovered on the secluded path almost 24 hours after she had left her family home. She had been sexually assaulted, stabbed in the stomach 4 times, and had her throat slashed. When quizzed by police about the murder, Hughes at first denied meeting Rachel at the bus station. Luckily, the week before, Wakefield Council had installed city-wide CCTV, and Hughes' movements were tracked entering the city, meeting Rachel and walking towards the Super Bowl with her. He then changed his story to say he did meet her, but was scared to admit it because of his son Carl's violent nature. Indeed, when learning of Rachel's death, Carl head-butted a window in the family home, smashing it. "You could say I'm soft-hearted," he stated. "Rachel asked me to walk her down there, and I said yes." He insisted that he left her at the Super Bowl and went home, but there was no sign of either of on the CCTV at the bowling club, and Hughes was seen 2 hours later entering the city centre alone. September 1998. Hotel chef Hughes was sentenced to life in prison for the vicious murder of Rachel Barraclough, with the Hon Mr. Justice Holland telling him, "You committed a wicked, wicked crime, and I hope you never get out of prison." Rachel's family barred Carl Hughes from the funeral, even though he protested his love for her. Speaking of their row in the days before the murder, where she received a black eye and bruising to her body, he said, "It was just a little argument and we hadn't broken up. I think she met my dad to ask his advice and see if I still loved her." Carl also defended his father by saying, why did he go back into Wakefield? If he had killed her, he would have been covered in blood, so surely he would have gone home to get cleaned up and not head straight to the pub.